Hello, and welcome to Marital Hate.
Allegedly.
Allegedly welcome?
We're having problems.
Well, you're having problems.
I have been having... Why don't you fill the crowd in?
Stacey did not have a good day. She has taken the cannabis once, twice, three times a lady?
Two times so
Two
far.
times a lady
times so
cannabis
far,
today, and she's getting through it. She's tried the nap.
But am I, though?
I don't know. You're getting through it. We're figuring out a way. She was falling asleep about an hour before the podcast.
I couldn't stay awake all day. I had a headache all day.
And then
felt like shit all day.
So she sent me on an emergency Starbucks run. So I went and I got her a thingy. I don't know. What is that?
This would be a peppermint mocha, but well, we're going to get to the whole point of what this podcast is, but since there's only 11 people, I feel like I can disclose some personal information. I've been mildly annoyed with my husband. Today, he gave me a massage. I gave myself a massage. He helped a little bit. And then I was like, fuck you, Doug.
There was no fucking of you.
No, he didn't get any.
I walked away.
I got
walked away like a man.
But I will say that, so he's had a boner for the last 3 hours, and now I'm drinking.
And I can smell the coconut or the cocoa butter.
And we normally will do things with cocoa butter. So my husband has half a chub during the podcast.
Beats, yeah, whatever. So Tracy says, "Happy Thursday, happy Thursday."
Oh shit, Tracy
Marie, and full moon tomorrow. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I looked it up today, and it was 97 point something% in full swing. So I'm sorry. Well, let me do that while my wife just sort of, yeah. Well, there you go. And Tracy is saying congratulations. I don't know if
Happy
that's Pride! I don't know if she's saying congratulations on my boner or congratulations that you got your cookies, or I don't know what she's saying congratulations for, or maybe it's congratulations that you are alive.
What I was baked all day today, that I got my Starbucks. I really don't know what to be. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacey.
I'm Doug.
We're married.
And
we do not hate each other. But I'm mildly annoyed with him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
from the other day because he was a dick.
Yeah. What am I going to do about it? Just try to be a good person and take it from there.
And do better.
Yeah.
I will do better. There's those people, they're like rational. They have the To Be Better podcast. It's like a husband and wife.
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, I always think of you first and your emotions and my emotions. They're all like calm. And they have a good podcast. I'm not like Peaches, and I can't remember the guy's name. He's got like a lot of tattoos like on his head and his face and stuff. But they do like a good podcast. It's just like they're too happy. Like
too calm.
They're both too calm and too happy at the same time. I'm not saying it's not
anybody's.
That was my nipple.
Oh.
I'm not saying that they're too calm. Now I have one like super hard nipple and one regular nipple.
I'm called the Cyclops.
What's wrong with you?
Or Petey the Pirate.
I'm not saying that they're not real. I'm not.
No, there was a guy walking by. I'm like, I wonder if he knows Petey the Pirate.
Who's Petey the Pirate?
The one-eyed nipple. Like when you have one nipple.
Yes, but who's Petey the Pirate?
I just made it up.
Then why the hell would he know?
I didn't know if he was.
I was actually just talking about how we need to do some sort of like a backstory, because there's a lot of stuff. If you haven't watched this podcast forever, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about if you're new here. But
you have no idea. Yeah,
odd, I'm gonna have to tweak this nipple because it feels weird having that one be like.
It's called an on-air tweak, is what it is. You want to just slam it on the glass or something?
I pinched the other one in the glass because they're starting to droop low. So if I lean forward too much, I run the risk of catching a nip on the table. That's what happens. And I don't like uneven erectness in my nipples. Do you guys like uneven?
Do you suffer from uneven erectness
in your nipples? Did your saggy ass tits get caught between you and your patio table?
There may be help for you. Dial
here at Marital Hate
Pirate at the Institute for One Tweak Nipple Incorporated. We know that this is a struggle that women face on a daily basis. Petey the Pirate wants to tell you, there's something you can do about it, folks.
So we're starting a charity for women with one tweak nipple. And
no, it's not a charity. Petey the Pirate owns this company that has a remedy for
it's a for-profit.
It's actually really what you did. You send in your $29.95, and really what you get is a clothespin to stick on the other one until it
for $29.95. You can go to the Dollar Tree and buy a clothespin for
$1. Why you ruin Petey's
I'm just saying that we shouldn't make money on other people's suffering. We should help them. So
is one erect nipple at a time?
I'm sure
suffering.
I'm sure there are men out there that are willing to tweak women's nipples for them for free. Like I'm pretty sure that if I
Oh,
go
Petey the
back to
Pirate?
that guy
Yeah.
over there and ask him, he would
Beanie
be
the
like,
pirate
"Oh,
will come tweak your nibble for free.
There's another guy walking by. I could ask him. Excuse me,
Oh.
sir.
Oh yeah, I saw them out before.
Excuse me, sir, but would
Yeah,
you mind
they're
coming
good.
over
No.
to tweak my nipple? Hey, that's one way to meet the neighbors. Trace said, congratulations on your boner. Congratulations on pushing through. Dude, congratulations to you on getting through the day today. I know you've had kind of a rough week. And this too shall pass, I think. I'd like to think.
I think you're good.
And were your ears ringing today because Doug was talking to Manny about you?
I mentioned you to Manny. Manny called me up and talked about how we compared each other. Like he is got sexy Latin blood, and I have European.
Did you tell him that your wife is
sunburn
spicy white?
blood. Yeah, well, we didn't really. We talked a little bit about
Yeah,
you.
he tried to give me a job.
Yeah, he was trying to hire. She's in sales, right?
Yeah,
He must have like some sort of sales spiff on people he brings in.
Well, probably, but I'm also incredible at what I do, and it would make anybody look good. But I am also unreliable. Anne's here. She says hello, all. Hey, girl.
Hello,
Welcome to Marital Hate. I think you've been here before. Oh wait, you were our first guest ever. Trace says, no, that is the one good thing about having a breast reduction at 21. My boobs are like a 22-year-old. Okay, fuck you. And double fuck you if you shit today.
Double fuck you.
As a matter of fact, if
Fuck
you're
you
watching
twice.
this podcast and you shit today,
Once in each hole.
fuck you.
Okay.
I'm hoping that this might help. It might help me poop because
Oh yeah. Sometimes
some people
that'll
find
work.
I've tried everything. But I think it's the full moon. But we're going to the goddamn beach tomorrow if it kills me. I haven't done my social interaction all week. Not on top of things and
It's okay.
really fucking us up. And things are going to. You guys are actually doing great and engaging with all the posts and stuff. So it's been nice because things have still been happening, even though I haven't been doing as much as I would like to. So thank you so much for your support. It means the world to us. We're getting more and more followers all the time.
We're doing all right.
Especially if you share those short little the short clips. If you share the short form clips, that has a tendency to drag people in because people like short form clips. And and Trace says, oh, how is Manny?
Manny was fantastic. He's got some stuff going on. He might need my help on something. So it was great to talk to
He
him.
always needs your help on something. You're his handler. All salespeople need handlers.
They really do.
And Platty, the pansexual, pangender platypus is here. He says greets. And Platty's here to remind you that platypuses glow in the dark.
And they sweat milk.
Well, that's why they glow in the dark. It's because they sweat milk.
It's glow in the dark milk. Do you have glow in the dark milk?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know. Like, I was a little late to that party.
And Tracy said, I did shit today. Well, fuck
Oh,
you.
that's a.
You know, I don't go around
Fuck you
bragging
in
about
both
my
holes.
glamorous life. Dude, you're like, there's these people that do things that are aspirational on the internet.
Yeah.
And Gary Vee is this whole thing where he talks about how like doing aspirational content and you're just humble bragging or you're just trying to brag. That's about your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what we're going to brag about. I'm bragging about the fact that, or that fucking video. Let me see your phone for a second. I think it's at 79,000. It might even be
Check
at
it out.
80,000 plays by now. Let me check. So we're
So Tracy is laughing her
legit-
ass off and feels like a superhero for shitting. Well, compared to
I feel like a superhero when I shit too, but it's because there's like literally an explosion in the toilet when it finally
wasn't there
happens.
like some comic book transformer thing that was made out of rock? It was like a big blocky robot looking.
Yeah, but
thing.
if you want to have a specific shit thing, you go back to Dogma. And remember when Selma Hayek is a stripper, and Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith and Chris Rock are all in the strip club. They go and in the bathroom is a shit monster. It comes to life and it attacks them.
Oh
all.
yeah, I was thinking more of like if you don't shit, you're gonna turn into this giant gray black blocky shit man.
I think I'll just die of sepsis first. I've been having tachycardias all the last 3 days. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I haven't gotten dressed in 2 days, and it's just generally going shitty with my chronic illness. But we're gonna make the best of it and turn it around, motherfuckers.
Well, Tracy says you need shit handles for the toilet. Is that like like on the side so you can really?
I think I probably need like a some sort of surgery, given the fact that I have fucking Crohn's and all kinds of issues with every organ in my body. But
who are you, Greg Leaks?
I don't want to have a colostomy bag. Like that would really upset me. And I know that there's a lot of people out there, ileostomy. I know that there's a lot of people out there have them, but if they start getting to surgery on my fucking colon, they're not going to stop. I would like to just be able to shit, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with my body. So yeah, that's fun. What does everybody like? A nice uplifting shit podcast where you just sit here and talk about actual shit. And Tracy says, "Oh, you need shit handles for the toilet. We already covered that.
Yeah.
We're missing a lot of people tonight. It's got me mildly concerned.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see
it's
Randy.
kind of-
I don't see Hookah Bob.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't see
it's-
Nicole. Maybe
they're
I don't see
mailing it.
Courtney.
Maybe
Maybe he's busy.
Maybe you know
Cindy.
what it is. I know what it is. The sun's up later, and so it's much lighter. They don't know it's time.
Thursday is actually
yeah.
always our slow day.
Yeah.
Thursday is always our slow day.
So speaking of sepsis, a dear friend of mine is in the hospital of unknown sepsis. They've gone over him with a fine-tooth comb. Poor guy. Prayers for Teddy.
Tell him to take Monolaurin 3 times a day. Seriously. The hospital will be like, what are you doing? Tell him to take Monolaurin
Can't
3
hurt.
times a day. Tell him to take Monolaurin 3 times a day. The Ultra Laurin, the one that we get. Tell him.
Well, it sounds like he's not.
And I will
doing
pay
well.
for him. Yeah, well, so get it for him. And yeah, prayers for Teddy. Everybody pray for Teddy, but also, yeah, get him that. And KW South Florida has joined us over on Instagram and left.
Oh.
So that was fun.
I guess it was not what it was cracked up to be.
Well,
He may
thanks.
not be able to. He is disabled and has Dravet syndrome. I don't know what
Does that mean
Dravet
he
is.
can't take does that mean he can't take a supplement? I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. I don't know
he
anything
can't
about.
even feed himself if he's disabled.
I
or
don't know.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what
I
Dravet.
don't-
Tell
I
us
don't know
more
what-
about
I
this
don't know what
Dravet. We'll do a
syndrome-
whole
we could do
expose on it.
I don't know what that is. I don't know if that means you can feed yourself or that you can't, or but they're very small. They're like little pellets, but you shouldn't chew them. You should swallow them.
Average lifespan of a Dravet syndrome is 19. Oh, well, that's not good.
Severe form of epilepsy. They can begin epilepsy in early childhood. Severe epilepsy in infancy is characterized by prolonged seizures that are triggered by fever, hot temperatures, or other factors.
And he's in his 30s, so he's defying the odds. And maybe it was, I don't know, is he in Massachusetts? Because then it could be due to that heat wave they had up there.
Well, the thing that's interesting is that they talk about how a ketogenic diet would actually help. I'm baffled that the first 2 things that they mentioned are cannabis and a ketogenic diet.
Look at that.
So I would argue
Oh,
and
you
difficulty
can't eat,
walking.
and he's being fed through a tube. Oh,
Poor thing. Yeah. Well. Wow. Well, let's pray
that's
that
terrible.
let's pray that things work out for his
Yeah, let's hope.
highest and best, and that that you know. I don't want my thing is that I don't want the poor guy to suffer. That's like, as somebody who has a chronic illness, suffering is the worst fucking
suffering is
part.
not
Like,
good.
I just want him to feel comfortable. So let's pray that the people around him have help him.
So he had grown up 2 doors down from Tracy and Rockland. Oh,
I'm really
Rockland
sorry.
dude. Ann says, I thought Elias may have started with some cellulitis on his legs due to a cut. He started running a fever and had a red rash. I cleaned that sucker, gave him Monolaurin, and he's completely okay today.
See. Yeah, I would always run the Monolaurin a little extra. Just, it has probiotic qualities.
Yeah.
Can't hurt you to take it. And then she says
So
that was after 3 doses. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking magical.
I don't know,
I keep
I don't
telling
know.
people, but
It's like, I wonder if like our
shit.
systems are in such disrepair or like just not working well, and then just that little tiny bit of Monolaurin comes in and like makes you like into a superstar. His mom is an amazing advocate, and I don't think he would be alive without his mom and uncle. That's you know what? It's all
you
about
gotta
the families.
have the caregivers are
Yeah.
huge.
It's all about the families. And Tracy personally loves Monolaurin, and she also the other thing she also loves is that solar recovery spray that we like.
We
That
have yet to steer any of you people
Yeah.
wrong. It's like literally all we do is like think of ways to be helpful. I'm just looking to see how many how many views we have. 79,400.
79,400 people
that
have
video.
watched her give the side eye to a tortoise.
Well, that one's doing pretty well too.
Oh, I thought that was the one.
I was talking about the one we talked about. Don't give the side eye to a tortoise, but the one where I did give side eye to a tortoise and you hosed me down. That one's doing pretty well,
Oh, that one.
and the clown face one's doing pretty well.
Nice.
What do you have for comments?
That's it. Tracy says, I do love solar recovery. Yeah, you can't mess with cellulitis as it will turn septic if it's not cared for immediately. And Tracy says, my brother stole my solar recovery, so I have to find you know what? Brother.
I think you need to set more boundaries with your family.
I think
those would include locks on your doors and a restraining order in some cases. So that's all the more reason why he should continue the Monolaurin. I actually, if I were you, I'd have him take 3 times a day for like the next week, and then just once a day thereafter. That's what I would do. But
you know what? You should. Tracy, you should set some sort of trap, like with a rope or something. Your brother's walking by, he's carrying the recovery, and you pull the thing, and he drops it, and you grab it, and you run the other way.
So you just put a lock on her door?
Or she just buy another solar recovery. Well,
We'll train the new
here's the
kitten
thing
to
is,
be like,
if your brother doesn't watch a show to learn about social,
his girlfriend does though sometimes.
Okay, so
With Tracy.
they learn about the solar recovery and the benefits therein. So what did you do? Walk around the house like this is the best stuff ever? Of course he's going to want to steal it. You got to play it down. You're like, oh, this stuff is terrible.
Here's the problem. We've talked about it on the podcast so much. We have to keep ours in a vault so that nobody comes to our house and breaks in the door.
Yeah, they'll find us.
No, because you people are going to come in and bust in the door for like some Apothec corner.
Yeah.
You're going to steal our Ranodon spot. You're going to steal all of my vitamin C supplements, my Biomat, my Apothec corner stuff. I already said that. My plants, they're not getting very much sun because they're in the vault. Solar recovery, Monolaurin, all hidden in the vault. A lot of essential oils in there too. I don't really...
And your caboodle kit. You talk about that a lot. Your trapper keeper.
I do have a trapper keeper. I really am like a 90s cliche, aren't I?
And you're clearly Canadian. You have that.
Truth. I am a 90s cliche. Me and Vanilla Ice. Except Vanilla Ice is probably not as baked as I am right now.
Probably not. But I will say that, like, this could be a sign of love. My brother stole my solar recovery, right? So, like, maybe it's like, I kind of let him steal it because I knew, it'd be good for him.
But
or
our
whatever.
Friend is like got her own health shit. She's got her job. She's stressed out. She's got a lot going on. Her mom's driving her fucking crazy. Sorry to speak out of school. And I think that it's about fucking time somebody in that house, besides Trace and Bex, do some things to support Trace.
Okay.
Because she's having a hard time.
We do every night. No, he got burnt and he didn't have aloe, so we had solar recovery. And after using it, the next day he was tanned out.
Shit is fucking magic.
So therefore,
make him buy you a bottle. Go into his Amazon account.
But here's the thing: maybe Tracy was saved the pain of seeing her brother in the all pink, and then nobody has to see that.
Dude, if you're gonna live in fucking Georgia, you need anybody in this country. I don't care if you live in Alaska. You need a bottle of solar recovery.
Yeah.
When ours gets down to half full, we order another one because that's how much we go through.
We should actually, when we're on Sanibel, go to the place.
It's a P.O. box. You want to go to the post office? We'll go hang out.
What are these like secretive solar recovery?
If you had a solar recovery empire, would you want to fucking people?
I would want to. We should send fan mail. Say, look, we're locals.
We love you.
We talk about this on our podcast all the time. Apparently, I'm being violent with my gestures because it takes us out.
The fourth time he's done it.
Don't know what the hell is going on.
Stop.
So Ian says that she's coming for the piano. That's a wicked cool piece. We have a baby grand piano that we've turned into a shelf, which is
it's also in the vault now.
It's in the vault now. Nobody. It's with my expensive Beatles collectibles.
Don't say you have expensive Beatles collectibles.
No, I don't. Those were in the vault.
I actually have made an agreement with our neighbor down the street that she will help people to rob us so we can get new shit. But they got to take like stuff like our dining, our sectional.
Don't take the good stuff.
Take the sectional. Take our bed. Our bed makes way too much noise. Take the bed in the guest room for sure.
We'll leave that mattress though. We like that mattress.
We like no, not the guest room. The bed, in the office. I'm sorry. You could take this patio set over here. Those chaises. Take the Volvo.
No. Leave the Volvo. You take the Volvo. I'm coming after you.
I don't even know what to say about that. Tracy says, I need to get the name of your magical vault guide. Dude, I've talked about the magical vault guide in the podcast like 50 times. It's Dr. Riley. Doug does an impression of him.
Listen, I don't think anybody's ever called your vagina a magical vault.
I brought 4 people out of the fucking thing. 2 of them
Wait a second.
One time.
Your vagina did not spill forth those children.
Yes.
They popped the top and took it out the top.
Okay, you have met people I have reproduced with. So to say that
I've met one
vagina take stupidity and turns it into magical things that are then removed via my stomach.
And then removed again.
It's like a filtration system for terrible. Kids get all the good stuff and none of the bad. I wish that were true. They definitely have some bad habits.
But I'm just saying that,
But from bad things for me too.
A vault is hard to get into, hard to get out of. I don't think your vagina is this magical place.
If you're watching this podcast and you would like to fuck me, give me a call because I'm not having sex with him ever again. You've had a boner for 3 hours. You
I don't
want to
give
keep
a
this?
You know, I was in a. Never mind. I'm not even.
You were in a sexless marriage.
I'm not
going to
talk about it. There's a line of the night. Yeah, right. Well, it's probably line of my marriage. Your Honor, he said that my vagina was like a vault.
I said my vagina was like
and
a
I disagreed.
Vault and a magical place, and you said it was not. I said my vagina was a magical vault.
I'll bring in some
witnesses. But herein lies the problem with you: is whenever you get yourself into fucking trouble,
I just double down.
You just keep doubling down until your wife is in the next room with a helium tank and a turkey bag over her head.
Don't joke.
I'm not joking.
You are joking about that.
I'm not joking. I'm completely.
If I say something derogatory about your vagina, it's going to send you over the edge, and you're going to commit suicide.
I am saying that I have been on edge for a very long time. I have been struggling for a very long time. Yes. I've had a lot of really bad shit happen, and bad things continue to happen. People talk shit about me on the internet, and you're a dick. So yeah, when it piles up one thing on top of another thing, on top of another thing, on top of another thing, I'm barely hanging on at any given time.
All right. I did not mean that, and I certainly didn't mean a funny vagina joke.
Oh, I'm not saying no, not specifically that funny vagina joke, but I'm talking about when you double down and double down and double down and double down. When I'm like, I'm upset, or I'm like actually crying, and you just can't fucking stop yourself. No. Like, what is that in you? Is it being
no idea?
I think, hear me out. I think it's because he's the baby in the family, and he's so used to being picked on, and he's like, ooh, I want somebody to pick on. Which is why he picks on Christina, he picks on Courtney. Like, he needs to pick on somebody smaller than him because he feels small on the inside.
I don't pick on Tracy.
It's because she'll kick your ass. You don't pick on Donna either. She'll bludgeon you with a fucking hammer. Tracy's laughing her ass off, and she says, there is a line on the right. Sorry.
That is the line of the night.
Oh, okay. And then your vagina is a magical place. Nice save. Yeah, but then he backpedaled on it.
But the problem is when he
can't say anything nice about me. Like it's today, somebody's like, "Hey, wasn't your wife in sales?" And he's like, "Yeah, now." But she's like, But now she's just like
useless.
Stacey the Hut. She sits on the sofa and does
I didn't say any of that.
She has nothing of value to add to the world. You could have actually no value in speaking to her.
No, I did not.
Manny, she fucking sucks. Really.
I didn't say any of that.
Yes, but you couldn't have said like, dude, she was fucking killing it.
I did. I said she was. Yeah. I did. I said that.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
All right, here's the thing.
I feel you're so competitive with me that you could never.
I have talked you up. It
bothers you when I shine.
I had talked you up so much over the years that Manny still thought you worked for a company.
That you like ignored the key point that the entire time for the last 10 years I've been battling a fucking horrific illness.
Well, you didn't need to know that.
I should get a gold star for every fucking day I don't off myself. 10 years of this shit. I feel like people shouldn't have to suffer if they don't want to. But here we are, suffering away, no gold stars. If you're suffering from a chronic illness and you don't blow your brains out, I would like
you
to
should
give
get
you
a gold star.
I will
you should get some sort of trophy of some sort.
A trophy?
Yeah. 10 years, didn't off herself.
Oh yeah, I feel like
it's like a gold, if I was the gold.
If I was an AA and I like didn't or AA or Gamblers Anonymous, so you get a chip. I don't even get a fucking chip.
But you know how like the
somebody send me a goddamn chip. I'm going on 11 years of this shit.
Like on a trophy, right? The top is like the bowler, it's in like gold, or they have like the baseball kid or whatever on the gold. Like yours would be on it. Like a gun to your head.
It would be a helium tank. By the way, this is gonna get fucking pulled. They're gonna be like,
oh my goodness. And I don't even like to joke about that stuff, but it's
humor is my only coping mechanism. I don't really think anybody has any place to say anything. Speaking of death.
Speaking of death,
Donald Sutherland is
Donald Sutherland is dead.
May he rest in peace.
I loved him in pretty much everything he was ever in.
So this is the thing. I was like, first, you know, like sometimes like somebody's in a role and it's like, first of all, I have memory loss and I've been smoking weed. Well, not smoking weed. I took cannabis oil twice today, so I'm baked out of my fucking mind.
Baked.
And I'm I'm barely keeping my eyes open. I'm chugging this Starbucks. It is not working. Not the point. He's been in some things, but I didn't remember much of any of this except the Hunger Games.
Oh, Hunger Games, MASH,
but he's
Animal
been
House.
In like the last 6 Hunger Games movies,
yep.
So that's what he's. I don't know what they're going to do in the next Hunger Games because he's in. I think he's
The Great Escape, or is that the one I'm thinking?
He's in it already, and it's scheduled to come out in like the fall, or they started making it already, and he died.
But here's the thing: his son Kiefer looks enough like him that they could just slap a beard on him.
I don't think Kiefer looks enough like him.
Oh yeah, they could just swap him out.
He doesn't have the beard, and I don't. Unless
All
they're
right.
gonna do like a flashback where they're like, Keith.
No.
President
Maybe he
Snow.
just takes over because he's
Do you
like
think
the heir to
do you
the
think
throne.
Kiefer is sad? Do you think he had a
Yeah,
good
I think he's sad.
I don't think he looks
But
like
he had his dad
sad.
for a long time.
Jesus Christ, you're always jealous of people whose fathers didn't die. Why aren't you jealous of me?
I like Death, but who is Donald Sutherland? And you're like, oh,
Ugh.
Kiefer is his son. Yeah,
No,
well,
Donald Sutherland was
he
the
was an
the
actor in his own
President-
right,
President Snow in the Hunger Games. I'm gonna
and
pull
he
up.
kind of talks like this. And he did.
You'll know.
Remember, he did the orange juice commercial. Oranges.
He actually
Yeah.
he actually voiced the pokey little puppy.
The what?
The pokey little puppy.
Pokey little puppy.
Yeah, a short film.
Dirty Dozen. That's one he was in.
He's been in a bunch of. I'm just trying to pull up. Oh, he was in a fucking film with Uma Thurman about human trafficking that was
No, that's not.
unbelievably well
Kelly's
done.
Heroes. He was in Clute
Yeah, but they're not
Those are all
showing
old
like they're
school
just showing
movies.
him pictures of his movies. I want to see photos of him.
of him.
99 photos.
Yeah. See, he looked good when he was older, but when he was younger, he was kind of a mess.
Maybe you're kind of a mess.
Well, let's see if
people-
I'm right.
Some people
Older looks good.
Some
Okay.
people enjoy.
Younger, kind of a mess. Looks like the guy from the Spin Doctors.
But he was like, it is the guy from the Spin Doctors. Who's never
Kind of a mess.
Have you ever seen Keith Donald Sutherland and the guy from the Spin Doctors?
No,
in the same
I
place?
have not.
They're one and the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks all right there, but he's older, so that he can,
In any case, he's done some stuff and worn some fancy mustaches. Hang on.
Oh, look at that.
That's what's going on there. He's in the tub. Do we see any nudity? He's with Gene Wilder. You think that they had like gay sex?
with
Go
Gene
gays,
Wilder.
by the way.
I don't think Gene Wilder was gay either.
Happy Pride,
Happy
free
Pride,
mom
free
hugs.
hugs,
we
free
love,
dad
we love
hugs.
the gays.
Everybody
we love
gets
the,
hugged.
We love the L's, the G's.
You
the
get a
B's,
hug.
the T's, and
You
the
get a
Q's.
hug.
Do you have a favorite of the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, and the Q's? I like the P's.
I don't think I have a favorite.
I like the
I don't have a least favorite either.
I
don't
like
think.
the pansexual ones just because they love everybody. That's kind of
Really, I think they're just being greedy. They're like just being opportunistic.
Well,
like,
that's
like
so
an
that's the
opportunistic
thing that
feeder
bisexual
on the
people
bottom
get.
of a
So
fish tank.
listen, I'm not gay, so like correct me where I'm wrong here. If you're gay or a lesbian or bi or whatever, you can speak for everybody. I've been with chicks. I am attracted to women, but I choose to be with Doug because
Well,
bitches be tripping.
you've seen the tongue.
That's true. Show them your tongue. Just show it to them. That's not it. I wouldn't have married you if that's all your tongue did. I assure you.
I don't. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into that. Then it becomes part of the public record.
I can show them the picture if you're not going to do it. I'm going to just keep it on. That's not even half of. That's not even.
I don't know. That's not even good. I can't even.
In any case, yes, Kiefer is his son. So let's run down some. So he's been active as an actor.
Since 60.
Sorry,
right?
he was born in 1935. I thought that was when he started acting.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
that's a big career.
He was only a couple years younger than my dad, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so he was born in 1935. He's passed away in 2024, and he's known for. Oh Jesus! I'm trying to
Known
read.
for the orange juice commercial. But he was great at he's one of those guys that's great in everything.
Terry
Gene
Pres-
Hackman,
he's
great
Canadian.
in everything.
He's in his legendary contributions to cinema. He's appeared in almost 200 different shows and films. He's also the father of renowned actor Kiefer Sutherland, among others.
Among other children.
Can you imagine your dad dies and all anybody can talk about is Kiefer in the Hunger Games, and you're like, but he's my dad.
But I was in MASH, like the movie MASH. I was in Kelly's Heroes.
No, but that's Donald. No, but you're missing the point.
What?
If your dad dies,
Right.
right? So you have siblings.
Oh yeah.
And your
They
dad
just-
dies, and all people talk about is Kiefer and the fucking Hunger Games. You're like, but I lost my dad.
Well, when your dad
He's my
dies, he's going to
dad.
talk about that other lady that was from the church that was like a daughter.
No,
to him.
no, that wasn't even a lady from the church. It was like this girl that lived up the street who has two parents that love her. Could definitely take her to
Okay.
rehab on my
Yeah.
40th birthday, but
Excellent.
whew, I hope she's still sober. Anyway, what are you doing in there? He was born in New Brunswick to Dorothy and Frederick, who worked in sales and electricity. He was Scottish as well as German and English at industry. He worked with different things. Oh Jesus, they wrote like a whole like thing about his life. And I understand that he's old and you probably, whatever, but he's done some things. His first roles were bit parts in horror films like Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, 1965,
Ooh.
which starred Christopher Lee. He also appeared in TV episodes such as The Saint and Court Martial.
The Saint.
There's a whole bunch of shit
That
of
was a good
things.
show.
He was in Joanna, Opus the Queen, Kelly's Heroes. He was in worked with Telly Savalas a number of times. He was in Clute, which made Jane Fonda a star.
Jafunda?
He was in Animal House. He was a university professor at Animal House. So he's done some things. He worked with star along Al Pacino in Revolution, which was apparently a disaster. And he was in JFK with Oliver Stone.
He was good in that. Remember he was talking to him on the bench?
Yeah, he was big in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Disclosure. I liked him in Disclosure. Demi Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Michael, I can see his face, also has children. Michael Douglas. Yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff. He was in The Mechanic, which I've never seen.
The Italian Job he was in. I don't remember him in that.
Eagle.
But that was a great
The Eagle.
movie.
The Eagle was good. Land of the Blind. Reign Over Me. Oh, I loved him in Reign Over Me.
Who else was in that?
He was the
movie?
judge in Reign Over Me, and it was Don Cheadle and
I kind of remember that.
and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And
That was the Sandler
Jada
like serious.
Smith. Yeah,
movie.
it was.
Yeah.
It was that. That's probably one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. That movie was fantastic.
So
I also liked, which is like, I don't know how it's in any way, shape, or form related. I guess I don't know how. What the fuck was that called? It was with Will Smith and his wife dies.
Yeah.
And
It was like the 5 agreements or the 5 seasons or something to that effect.
While you were doing that, I was trying to look up the orange juice commercial that Donald Sutherland had done. I think
he's done a bunch of them.
I believe it was for Simply Orange. I'm not sure, but in doing that, I've come up with a couple of things that are good. One of which is a orange juice, which they used to call O.J. Simpson, the juice. He did a commercial for orange juice back in the day. And the other thing that was interesting is that there is O.J. Simpson commercials from 69 to 94. You can see all his commercials in one YouTube. And then after, we all know where his career went after that with some not so nice things.
What the hell was that movie?
It was called like the Force. It was something Seasons or something.
I don't remember it being called Seasons.
Does
anybody remember this movie?
It was in.
It's with Will Smith
Raise Hell
and Praise Dale.
Motherfucker.
It was like
7 pounds.
No, 7 pounds is the one where he gives all of his organs away. Rosario Dawson is in that. She feeds her fucking Great Dane. She feeds her Great Dane vegetarian food. The dog is miserable. Lakeview Terrace was good. Samuel L. Jackson was at Pursuit of Happiness. That was really good. I'm not seeing this movie for some reason. I don't know why. Like there should be more than that, don't you think? Previous. Oh, is that his producer credits? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Let's see.
Why can't I see all of his film? I don't understand. What the fuck? He's definitely done more than this. The motherfucker doesn't stop working. You know who was in it with him is Edward Norton.
Collateral Beauty.
Collateral
Thank
Beauty.
you.
Excellent film. Highly recommended. Feel good film. But you'll cry and then you'll feel better.
Edward Norton is just like a squirrely, like rodent, like hot rodent or whatever they call it. But like, I want to dislike him for some reason. He just looks like he's gonna rub me because he's played some slimy guys. But really, like he's been great in pretty much everything he's ever
I hear
been in.
he's very difficult to work with, and you could he was on Rogan, and he kind of has like a
chip.
Kind of a chip on his shoulder, but he's done some excellent roles. I mean, fucking Snowden.
He was great in
fucking
Larry Flint.
Larry Flint
Was great. Fight Club, which we're not supposed to talk about, and then there's a couple others.
So here's some of the folks that are in what was that fucking movie again? Collateral Beauty. Again, you got to see this thing. Will Smith's in it. He's like he's like kind of the star, but not. Edward Norton, Kate Winslet, Michael Pena, who has gone on to do a bunch of
He's
stuff.
done a lot of stuff that you might not know him, but you'd know.
You might not
stuff.
know him, but you would know him.
He's kind of a
from-
Hispanic guy. He was in American Hustle.
He was in American Hustle. He's in Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
He's in he's just had like a bunch of, he was in Extinction. He's been in a bunch of like smaller roles and things, but he's always been strong. Collateral Beauty.
He was in The Martian.
He was in The Martian. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of different stuff. So of course you end up going down the rabbit hole, right? Like whenever I watch a movie or TV show, I look people up and I end up going down a rabbit hole. Or like, fuck, you watch The Housewives and you end up going down a rabbit hole. 'Cause you're like, what other spin-offs are these people on? But the thing about this film, so it's Will Smith, Edward Norton, Michael Pena is excellent, Kate Winslet, Helen Mirren's in it.
Oh, Helen Mirren's good in everything.
Keira Knightley's
She's a
in
Clash
it.
fan.
Keira Knightley's in it, and then Ann Dowd, who plays Aunt Lydia in the Hunger Games before she was
okay.
Aunt Lydia.
All right.
And it's always nice to see people that you'd never like really seen before.
How do you pronounce that?
Michael Cumpsty. I think we just saw a movie that he was in with what's his name?
He's a hot rodent.
He was in I don't know if he's a hot rodent, but he was in Eat, Pray, Love as well. So you end up down the rabbit hole and there's a lot of shit that you could watch. He was also in the OA. Like you could just go down the rabbit hole and find nothing but films to watch for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
I'm too busy trying to do a fucking podcast to watch anything these days. Like I tried to catch up on Housewives in New Jersey today.
Yeah, it was on, but it was just like more chaos.
So if you haven't been watching Housewives in New Jersey, let me just update you.
Let me go
Okay.
take care of something. I'll be right back.
What are you going to take care of?
Let's fill out again. Let's walk into the bag.
Doug's tooth just fell out. His tooth fell out. He doesn't have dental insurance, so we're going to just crazy glue that shit right in there like a bunch of fucking white trash losers like we are. One day things are just going to come along for us and just be super easy, and we'll go to the dentist. I'll have some sort of natural health clinician that'll come along and magically fix all of my health issues. And yeah, everybody's going to be okay. All right. So what was I talking about? What the fuck was I talking about before you went in there and played
You were talking about
Dr. Giggles?
Kiefer Sutherland, and you were talking about Will Smith. Collateral Beauty.
New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
Housewives in New Jersey.
Yes.
So it's like episode 7 or something. So they're like, the problem they're having is that the whole thing has kind of jumped the shark. They've talked about too many fucking times about the feud between Joe and Melissa and Teresa and whoever she happens to be with at the time. So this episode was Joe's moved into this new house and he's having this party. The house is beautiful, albeit kind of boxy and like ostentatious. And it's got that white and gold thing that everybody's doing. Like if your decor is the same thing everyone's doing, it's not your decor. It's not your decor.
It's just too trendy.
Do what you like.
Do what you like to do.
What we like to do is have a table with no nipples. Sorry, no
Mm.
areolas, and call it areola. We like to have a table
dolphin
with a
table.
grammatical error. We like to
True
have
story.
a dolphin table. We like to have a piano that we just rip the guts out of and turn into a bookshelf. We do fucked up shit like that.
We like to have a vault.
We do. We put Doug in a vault today. He got in the vault and got very hot today.
Doug in a vault. It's like
Not
Dick in a
like
box.
Dick in a
only-
box.
Yeah, like
It was
Doug.
Doug in
You
a
put the
sauna.
whole
He
Doug
comes
in
out
there.
very sweaty.
Mm.
So Housewives. So this is what happened. I go watch, and oh, by the way, if you're watching over on Twitter,
on Twitter or
or
anything, come on
Instagram,
over to
go to
YouTube.
YouTube or Facebook. You can make a lot of
At
friends. These
Marital
people
Hate.
are they're very friendly.
Yeah.
Like if you come, they're gonna be like, oh hey, and they're all gonna be your friend. And you join the conversation. The master haters are the coolest people in the world. Again, there's not that many here tonight. Just Trace, Platty, and Ann, but they're amazing people, and they would love to be your friend. So Housewives in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's been on for like, I don't know, 100 seasons now. People have gone to prison. People have been written off the show. People have been more lawsuits than I know what to fucking do with.
Can I, when you get to the today's episode, I have a way to describe it.
Okay. But I don't know if you saw today's episode.
No, I didn't,
Because
but
it
I
was
know how to describe it.
Okay. So the bottom line is the show started out many moons ago. Teresa was on it from the beginning, although she did miss a season because she was in prison. That's hard. There have been many a lawsuit, many a table flip, many a prostitution whore, many hijinks. These people, listen, half the reason why I want a reality show is so we can go on all these fucking trips. Not that I can fucking go on a trip, but like it would be cool to go on some trips. I would like them to magically make me healthy and put me on a trip.
Atlanta people went to Hong Kong. No, not Hong Kong. Tokyo. They went to
Tokyo. Yeah. I mean, these people go on all these crazy trips. So that, you know, we watched Teresa's kids from they were like 5. One of them was born on the show,
Mhm.
and now they're like off to college or even graduated
go.
undergrad. Like her oldest daughter's graduated undergrad. So it's been interesting, you know, it's interesting to watch, especially like the kids, but it's terrible to watch how some of these people are just terrible. And of all the Housewives shows, I think the only one we've seen where somebody has had integrity, well, Dina Manzo did while she was on Housewives of New Jersey, but generally speaking, like a lot of people didn't operate in integrity.
No,
Actually, Carolyn Manzo, like the people that are with integrity tend to get written off the shows.
I don't know.
So we would get written
There's
off.
some that didn't have integrity, but some. I mean, the whole thing is set up, so the whole thing doesn't have integrity, pretty much.
Well, because but they're going to take something, you know, it's a business, right? So they're going to take anything that somebody says and use it to get attention. So if you have somebody like me who says ridiculous shit all the fucking time, it's very easy to edit me and to sell ratings, and then all of a sudden you're hated by all of America, which I'm looking forward to.
I just think
I'm working. I've been practicing. I'm getting my practice with my 79,000 hits.
The things people like about that show are like the worst parts of humanity. Like I think, like I don't know if they're foul people, but they all have Botox. They all have fake boobs. They all have fake tans. They all have to drive like crazy.
Yeah, why can't like when you went to Real Housewives, do me, do my friend Cindy, do Tracy, do like, you know, real people.
I can see that they want to have something to aspire to. Oh, I would really love to have a house like that. Or whatever.
But why are you going to get shit?
But the whole thing is promoting that and promoting consumerism and elitism and all this other.
If your life is about having things to impress other people, you might want to just sit down with a therapist. By the way, I highly recommend Melissa Arterberry, Peaceful Possibilities. Give her a follow on the socials.
I followed her. Yeah,
I had I had an appointment with her the other day. We were swapping services. I'm helping her with her social, and she's helping with being crazy. And I did have a really good session with her the other day, and I talked about it on the pod. But I just want to reiterate something that I had forgotten. So I've been in therapy in and out my entire life, right? And so, but I'm a very strong personality. And
really, I hadn't noticed.
So I've been in therapy all my entire life. I'm a strong personality, and the problem is 9 times out of 10, I end up being the therapist, and I end up like I'm like, yeah, this is what's going on me, blah 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 blah, and I totally rationalize it. And Melissa was like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
she didn't say shut the fuck up. She's professional. Like
no, she's very nice.
She's very nice. She didn't say shut the fuck up. She was very nice, but she gave me some exercises to do, whereas I had to picture myself. My kids don't talk to me. Something I talk about a lot. It's really hard for me. I love them and I wish them nothing but good things. And yeah, but in any case, she told me that it's something that I have like panic attacks about all day long, and PTSD from. Like it's pretty bad. And so she told me to I'm probably gonna be more emotional about it than normal, because when therapy works, it feels like shit. So she's like, picture your heart glowing one color. I picked purple. I should have picked pink in retrospect. Purple's my favorite color, but pink's really more. And she says, and picture like your daughter's heart glowing, picture a cord like reaching, and tell her what you want to say. And I did it for all 4 of my daughters. And I've been really struggling since. And that and like the thing that people that I had forgotten, because it's been so long since I've had effective therapy. Although our therapist back home was great, I just became too close to her. That it doesn't feel good. Like if you feel, you should feel.
Randall just came up with a thing. I was just prepping for later. It's called in-show hijinks. You just need to continue on with your story.
I feel like the story that I was telling was valuable enough that
it's very valuable. That's why I wasn't interrupting you while you were telling the story. I was doing my thing and I was getting ready for later.
Do you really think like while I was talking about that was the time for search for something on your phone?
I thought you would continue on with the story and then I'd be ready to have the photo with the comment for later. It's called show prep.
Did you really think?
Probably, I don't know. I thought you were going to continue on with the story and I could do that.
But if your wife is talking about something that's incredibly emotional.
Yes.
Right. That might be a time to listen to what she's saying.
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
And not be on your phone thinking about what you were going to say next.
Okay. Well, we have different points of view. I probably should have heard you out. Yes, indeed. Or I can just go be a dick and you can just do your own show. Because I'm just trying to help. You were telling a story. I thought I had a minute to look something up and prepare
Talk
for
about
later.
what you want to talk about.
No, I don't want to. I don't even want to do the show now. I'm because I screw up and I continue to screw up. So I don't even feel like, I don't even feel like talking. Thank you.
Well,
Honestly.
welcome to Marital Hate, actual marital hate, where we walk off the podcast. So I'm going to go to the comments and see what everybody has to say. Randall is clapping, and Peter Lancelotti, sort of like Donald Sutherland. I could see that. And Randall says, I was still listening. Well, thank you for listening. And Matthew says no. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. It's I don't really know what to say at this point. Like, that really sucks. And I don't really know what to say. So I did have other topics tonight. It's 8:46. I could go through them, but I really had a bad day today. And I'm really not okay right now. And I'm just gonna go. I don't know. Go to sleep. I'm gonna go to bed because that did not go the way I wanted to, and I would like to feel like my feelings matter, but I don't. So marriage is hard. Life is hard. I hope you guys are having a better day than me, and I'll see you tomorrow for Jackbox. Gratitude. Sorry, let's wrap up with gratitude. I'm grateful for all the people that come to the podcast and support us. There's 83 people here tonight. Thank you so much. Of course, we've got a couple people over, I don't know, like 90 people over on Twitter X. Thank you for following. Normally it's a mile a minute of laughs. Tonight that did not happen. And thanks to all the master haters that are here and supportive every night. Randall, Matthew, Tracy, and I truly appreciate you guys for being here. Platy, you too. What are you guys grateful for? I'm grateful that there are people in the world that care about my feelings. I'm grateful that I'm grateful for my little fan that keeps the air cool, and I'm grateful for a new day, and I'm grateful for meditation. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm grateful for cannabis. It's going to help me sleep tonight. And Tracy says, I'm grateful for you both being honest, even when it hurts. Love y'all. Love you too, sweetie. Y'all have a great night.